When you get wire rope from a US manufacturer, do you ever wonder why your rope has color running through it? In this video, we're going to learn about the different types of markers, why color coding is used, and the major wire rope manufacturers in the US. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the Lifting and Rigging channel. My name is Kay, and today we are speaking with Adam Franz, Mazzella's Regional Sales Manager of the Mid-Atlantic region, to explain U.S. wire rope identification markings. Here's what Adam had to say.
So with domestic wire rope brands, the way to identify the colored strand is essentially by looking at it. And this really is with general purpose wire rope. So the 619 class and the 6x36 class of wire rope will have 6 strands, right? 6 being the how many strands are in that general purpose wire rope. 1 or even 2 of those strands could have a colored marking, which would then identify the manufacturer of that wire rope. A lot of US companies use color coding systems. They started doing this in the 80s mainly to promote traceability as non-domestic manufacturers became more predominant in wire rope. So a strand marker is a visual identifier of wire rope strand by color to identify the manufacturer of the wire rope. Typically during the use of colored strand markers will wear off so they're no longer visible, but this is used by some at time of receipt to ensure they are getting the brand of wire rope that they believe that they purchased. The core marker is an internal plastic monofilament that would help identify the rope by brand as well. You generally have to cut into the rope to find it, but you could find it in there. This was predominantly brought to market by the domestic suppliers. Today, higher quality non-domestic manufacturers also use internal core markers with that plastic monofilament to identify themselves as the manufacturer of this rope. There's 3 major domestic manufacturers: Wire Rope Works, Bryden Beckart Wire Ropes Group, and Wireco. Bryden Beckart Wire Rope Group, which consists of the Bryden Group and Wire Rope Industries. Washington Wire Rope is also made in North America, along with a copious amounts of other import manufacturers there are just too many available to name to really give a hard number as to how many wire rope manufacturers there are in the world. So really when it comes to the 3 major domestic wire rope suppliers and the color strand that identifies them as the manufacturer is you have Bryden Beckart Wire Ropes Group, and that is 1 blue strand that is going on their general purpose rope. Wire Rope Works has a 1 purple strand that identifies their general purpose wire rope. Wireco differentiate their color stranding by what construction rope it is. So their 6x19 is actually a red identifier, where their 6x36 class wire rope is a yellow identifier. So this helps not only to identify them as the manufacturer, but also a quick visual identifier of the class of rope that it really is. Really, there are no standards or laws on the color coding systems. It was simply a way for domestic manufacturers to separate themselves from importers and import manufacturers. Also, it's not a hard and fast rule that every run of domestic rope has a colored strand. There may be a reason that a specific run of rope does not have a color. Again, colors are solely based on the manufacturer of the wire rope and its traceability. It is not used to identify its breaking strength.
Looking to learn more about wire ropes? We've got a great article all about specifications and construction, as well as a video on the basics of wire rope slings. Both of those links are down in the description of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment if you have any questions or just want to say hi. Once again, my name is Kay, and I'll see you later.